Now we have the next in our must-have apps section. And this week, it's all about newsreaders. I've got to say, newsreaders aren't things I use a great deal on my phone. I'm more of a sports kind of a guy, but I know a few of you do. So I think I'll hand over to Warren to introduce this.
Newsreaders, well, in reality, I use mine mainly more for, like tech related stuff and things like that. So I happen to use Pocket, and Pocket is one of those that I really like. For me, the key thing is that a newsreader must have a TTS readout. There are some great ones out there that do not have that feature, and so that requires that I sit down and do a read all on my screen to read it and things like that. But I kind of tend to prefer those that have that TTS readouts, and so as a result of that, Pocket is the one that I like. And so I will demonstrate Pocket.
And Pocket and Google News, do they support RSS or are they just newsreaders?
Not many do RSS anymore. For Pocket, though, the good thing about Pocket is that if I find something elsewhere, all I need to do is say, hey, send this to my Pocket. And so Pocket is a very good app in that aspect. And so if you have a source that you want to use, you could just send that to your Pocket.
Is it a reader? Like, is the main reason you like it because of the TTS that it's got and because it reads stuff to you? Is that why you like Pocket?
Yes, that is one of the reasons. But then also another reason why I like that is the fact that I can sync it with whatever. And so it's multi-device. So whatever I saved, it saves it, in my account, because you can create your account. You could log in either using, as I demonstrated, you could log in either using your Apple, Google, or even Firefox, or use your email account, whatever you choose to. And that syncs across your devices, and you can access that anywhere, and whether you're offline or whatever, you could download your stuff, whether to your SD card if you have one, or just to your internal storage and things like that. I really like Pocket because it keeps your stuff, even if you uninstall it and you just get a new phone or whatever, and you sign in, all your stuff that was saved there will be right there.
Oh, so now we know why you want a 512 gigabyte phone. It's so you can download all your Pocket stuff on there.
Now that's my girl. Exactamundo.
Going back to Ed's question, off the top of my head, the only newsreader I know that does RSS is Feedly.
Yes.
Feedly. It allows you to add RSS so that you can track your own things in addition to whatever news articles it presents.
And then another good thing, though, that Google implemented is almost like a resurrection of the Google newsreader that used to be the king on the hill. Now in Chrome, you can enable something called a follow. So you can follow a particular site that you like. And it's not quite like the good old newsreader from Google, but it's there in Chrome if you want to take a look at it.
I use RSS feeds, but I just use them for podcasts.
And by the way, if you are listening and if you have a favorite of yours that you would like to demonstrate and send it to us, then we'll plug it on our YouTube or something like that.
Yep, for sure. Austin, do you use newsreaders?
I use some local Indian apps, like the Times of India has an app, the Times Now Network, the Republic, and I also use BBC. But I'm mostly a sports person. I don't read much of the news, and tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day in sports.
Well, today England bowled West Indies out for 55 in the T20. So I imagine they've won by now. What about you, Bilal? Are you a newsreader guy?
Yeah, I am. I use the BBC News app. I find it very accessible. For the day's news, and I read technology news as well. Gizmodo, Engadget, TechCrunch, all that. I'm mainly, when I use newsreaders, I mainly use newsreaders that the ones that narrate news to you. They use human narrators. That read news articles to you. So I use one. Quite a few years now. It's called Umano. Remember that app, Umano?
No, not used it.
Basically, it's you can add topics of interest, and it provides you with a daily list of articles that people have narrated. Proper actors and all that, and it provides in audio form. And there's an app called Meet News, Newsbeat Radio. There's an app called there's different apps. I use the Read Aloud app from Google as well, to listen to the news articles, because I like the cloud voices that Google has as well, and Microsoft as well.
And now a word from our sponsor, the world's most trusted WordPress backup, restore, and clone plugin. Hacking, server crashes, dodgy updates, or simple user error can ruin your WordPress site. That is why you need Updraft Plus. Install Updraft Plus to protect your WordPress-powered site by visiting updraftplus.com. That's updraftplus.com. UPDRAFTPLUS.com. We thank Updraft Plus for sponsoring this episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast.